So today I thought I'd talk about a stock called Energy Transfer. Its ticker is ET, and this is a pipeline company. It's not a regular stock, it's what's called a master limited partnership. And that comes with some interesting, was it tax issues? Mainly, it just means that at the end of the year, you're going to get a K1 statement for the stock because you're actually one of the limited partners from Energy Transfer if you buy it. You can buy it just like any other stock, even though it's not one, with a brokerage account. You might have to tell them that you're an aggressive investor in order to be able to purchase these, but you buy them in your brokerage account. Don't buy them in retirement accounts because there's some interesting tax issues that can come up if you get too much, more than $1,000 in a retirement account. So just don't even bother. Buy them in your regular brokerage account. But Energy Transfer is a company that is basically a utility. They move energy around the company or the country. So they do oil, they do gas, they do NGL liquids, and it's a company that we have to have in America in order to move energy around. So the nice thing about a utility is that it's infrastructure that we need, and so um, it has a very high dividend. All things considered, right now I looked it up today, and it's about 7.3% of a yield. So every year you'll get 7.3%. So if you invest $1,000, you get $73. If you get $10,000, then you're earning what is it, $730. If you have $100,000, then you get 70 or $7,000, 300. $1 million will earn you $72,000 or $73,000. So that's the simple math. It makes kind of planning for your investments somewhat easier because you just kind of know what your distributions are going to be. And I guess I should mention that Energy Transfer doesn't pay dividends, they pay distributions. And they give it to you in something called return on capital, which is actually tax favorable. You don't get taxed on your return on capital the year you get it. You get taxed if you ever sell or if the company pays you back 100% of what you put in. So it's really interesting tax schedule structure, and it actually works really well for people who are high earners because you don't get taxed in the year. So let's say you're working, you have a decent income. If you got normal qualified dividends, if you're above a certain level of income, then you have to pay taxes on those qualified dividends. Whereas return on capital, you don't pay any taxes until you have gotten all your money back again. So you might get a decade or something of no tax on distributions, yet you get the income. So that's really kind of interesting. So Energy Transfer, high dividend. It actually acts like a pseudo ETF because Energy Transfer actually owns a part of two other master limited partnerships. So when you buy Energy Transfer, you're actually owning a piece of three different energy companies. So you have, they own a piece of Sunoco. Its ticker is SUN. They're kind of a gas station type company. They transport fuel to those gas stations. So it's a master limited partnership, and they also own a piece of USA Compression Partners. That ticker I think is USAC. Both of those are master limited partnerships you can own individually, but kind of by getting Energy Transfer, you're actually owning a piece of three companies. You own Energy Transfer, you own a piece of Sunoco, and you also own a piece of USAC. So it kind of diversifies you a little bit. So that's kind of an interesting thing about that particular company. Something that is a drawback is Energy Transfer during the COVID crisis. They actually reduced their dividend by about half. They were overdebted, and they cut their dividend. So that's one of the things for Energy Transfer. Some of the other master limited partnerships didn't do that, but Energy Transfer did. So, if they get in trouble again, they might cut their dividend. They might not. Hard to know. But again, I think their stock is dinged a little bit because of that. They trade at a little bit less of a it's not the same as PE. It's something else that you use for master limited partnerships. But they trade at a discount to something like Energy Production Partners or MPLX or something. So potentially there's, as long as the company can stay solid, this is the potential to have slightly undervalued master limited partnership. They have a little bit higher than average dividend at 7.3%. It's not a dividend, it's a return of capital. And it's a really interesting company. It's one of my biggest positions. I own a bunch of it and have for a number of years, and I like it. I enjoy it. But it's an interesting company that you can add to your overall investment mix. It's not in the S&P 500. It's somewhat more like a utility. You're moving energy around the country, and you get a piece of the tolls that Energy Transfer gets. So that's why they have such a high distribution rate, is because these master limited partnerships are just structured so the income that they earn passes through to the investors, which would be you. So um, they are somewhat insulated from the prices of energy. So they have contracts to move oil and gas around from some of the oil majors. And so the contracts are often long-term, 10 to 20 years, where they are guaranteed a certain amount of fluid that flows through their pipelines from the energy majors. And then there's inflation adjustments that are already part of that contract. So as inflation goes up, then these things go up as well. Energy Transfer does try to raise their dividends every year. I think this year it was like 2%. I can't remember exactly. It might have been a different one, but you typically get a raise from your master limited partnerships to try to keep your distributions ahead of inflation. And so overall, this is just a way to, if you're interested in this one, take a look at it, and you get a high distribution. You do get the K1 statement. The idea of all three of them, if you just buy Energy Transfer, then you just get one K1 statement, as if instead of buying Energy Transfer and Sunoco and USAC, even though Energy Transfer owns a piece of all three of those. So that's a way to kind of play that game a little bit. But if you're in the FIRE community, financial independence, retire early, this is a fairly high return from a stock that you kind of depend on. And so it makes your calculations pretty easily. If you know you need $73,000 a year to live on, well, if you just buy $100 million worth of Energy Transfer, then you get your $73,000. So that kind of makes your planning a little easier, and potentially you need less of an overall investment to get the funds you need to live on, as opposed to the S&P 500. You have to sell off a piece of it year after year, and it's less of a guaranteed sort of thing. So take a look at Energy Transfer again. Ticker is ET. It's an interesting master limited partnership. It's considered a utility. It's strategic infrastructure. I think they have something like 130,000 miles of pipelines that are in the country, and it's something that we desperately need as part of our energy infrastructure. So I don't think the company's going anywhere. I guess Charlie Munger says, he turns the situation around and says, well, what could kill a company? And then I need to be aware of that. And I guess if we got a bunch of nuclear plants that popped up suddenly, then you'd need less natural gas out there. So that could happen, but I think we're more of a decade away from that, because it takes so long to do anything in America. So if you get a bunch of nuclear power plants and everybody's driving battery cars, then I guess you'll need less oil and gas. So that's something that could kill it. If we had a major earthquake in the country and a bunch of these pipelines got broken, that would be quite the setback. That could be damaging to them. But I guess if you go to war, you'll still need fuel to move around, but that could definitely hamper these these companies. So those are kind of the three things that I think that could kill the companies. Um, I do think Energy Transfer gets a benefit from the AI infrastructure because more you got to have electricity, and right now, really the only source for that electricity is natural gas, and uh, and so Energy Transfer stock may increase as the AI initiative moves forward. So all these things got to think about for Energy Transfer. Could be a potential long-term good investment. This isn't financial advice. It's just me as a YouTuber talking about some things that I do, and hopefully it's helpful to you. Like, subscribe, check out ET. We'll see you. Bye.